Top 5 most brutal punishments in ancient Egypt. The shocking truth. Think ancient Egypt was all about pyramids and mummies? Think again. Beneath the sands of time lies a dark and twisted past. One filled with punishments so brutal, they'll make your skin crawl. Brace yourself as we dive into the top 5 most horrifying punishments in ancient Egypt. The last 2 will shock you. Spoiler alert, it's not for the faint of heart. Punishment 5. The Oath Breaker's Curse. What's the punishment for breaking an oath? Most probably nothing. But in ancient Egypt, it was a whole another story. Imagine breaking an oath and paying for it with your life. In ancient Egypt, if you swore falsely, your fate was sealed. Wondering what was the punishment? It was drinking a deadly poisonous potion made from donkey's urine. Yes, you heard that right. Donkey's urine. This wasn't just disgusting. It was a slow, agonizing death sentence that would leave you writhing in pain until your final breath. Imagine living in ancient Egypt, breaking an oath and dying from drinking a poisonous potion made of donkey's piss. Not a glorious death, right? Punishment 4. The Thief's Nightmare. Steal in ancient Egypt and you think you would just lose your loot. Nope, ancient Egyptians weren't that forgiving. If you were caught stealing, you'd lose a part of yourself. Literally. Penalty for theft was public amputation. And they didn't stop at just the hand. The crime was serious enough, they'd take your nose too. Imagine walking around with a missing hand or a mutilated face as a living reminder of your crime. Until, and unless you don't need your hands or want a facial makeover, I wouldn't want to steal in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians didn't play games when it came to justice. Punishment 3. The Crocodile Feast. Ever wondered what it's like to be lunch? No, let me portray you what it felt like. For criminals who are positioned better than a thief or a liar, that was their terrifying punishment or reality. They were thrown into the Nile, where hungry crocodiles lurked, waiting to tear them apart. The fear wasn't just in the jaws of these deadly predators. It was in the uncertainty. You might survive the first few bites, but the end was inevitable. Imagine getting torn piece by piece and crocodile taking chunks of bite from your body while you are alive. A brutal and bloody end. What kind of heinous crime one has to commit? Get devoured by crocodiles. Punishment 2. Flaying Horror. This is not for the squeamish ones. If you betrayed the pharaoh, you wouldn't just die, but you would beg the pharaoh to just kill you instead of the punishment that you are about to hear. If you were ever found betraying the pharaoh, it wouldn't be only an execution, it would be torturous death. The punishment was flaying or skinning you alive. That's right, your skin was peeled off bit by bit while you were still breathing. Just imagine the horror and pain you would go through. This was the ultimate punishment for traitors, stripping them of their flesh and their honor in the most painful way imaginable. This wasn't just a death sentence, it was pure, unrelenting torture. After knowing about the punishment, would you dare to betray the pharaoh? So, how are you feeling right now? Don't lose your appetite yet. Are you ready for number 1? And now, for the most nightmarish punishment of all. Punishment 1. Being mummified alive. The ultimate nightmare. Imagine being wrapped up, layer by layer, suffocating slowly as you try to grasp some air into your lungs. But with every layer of cloth, it's getting harder and harder to breathe. This wasn't just a death sentence. It was a curse, trapping your soul in a state of eternal torment, reserved for the worst blasphemers and desecrators. This punishment was a fate worse than death itself. The idea of being buried alive, mummified, and forgotten, that's true horror. So, which of these brutal punishments sends chills down your spine? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love uncovering the darkest corners of history, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And also don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode, because we've got more shocking tales from the past you won't want to miss.